Welcome to episode 20 of the Drunken Arcanauts Dycairn campaign. Unofficially, I'm calling this season 2 of campaign 3. And I'm going to save everything as that. And it may not be posted that way anywhere else, but I'm going to call it that because that's what it feels like story-wise. Before I go too far, I do want to give a shout out to our patrons. Scotty Doesn't Owe, Say Yes to the Jests. He was a Skate P. I said see you later P. Lincoln Mark, Special K, Christian Haydenson, Nathan R. Every Jared begins with K. This Just In C. Cody T. Rex, and Austin Swansong. Thank you guys for listening. We hope you're enjoying it, and we hope you don't mind the nicknames too much, because I think technically we are required to say, what we say we're going to say, which is probably just says shout out. So we can say whatever as long as that counts as a shout out to you.
Yeah, I don't think there's any contract.
Yeah, exactly. So
So
you guys just have to
hopefully you
deal.
can pick up on your own nickname.
If everybody can go around and introduce themselves and their character, I'll do the recap and then we can get started.
Hi, I'm Risky, and I am playing Five Gal, who is a druid bucket. And I don't know, he's pretty badass, and he summoned Santa, and now we're all safe.
I forgot about that.
So go team.
I am relevant. I am playing Juniper Hollow, and I definitely thought I was going to die last episode.
I
But
am
I
also
didn't.
I am also relevant. No, my name is Mark. I play everyone's favorite Wanty Warlock, Simon Salazar. I know the guy whose cart that we're on. Hopefully we get healed.
I thought we long rested.
We were running.
Yeah, but I thought we long rested.
Whilst running.
On the wagon.
I guess we'll find out.
I did.
You guys
We'll
did
just-
level, right?
We'll just keep talking so the other character
I
doesn't
think
get
so.
introduced.
Jay, go ahead.
You all leveled, so
We're
keep
level
that in
8.
mind. But
Yeah.
Oh.
Jay,
I'm Jay, and I play Victor McCoy. A gunslinger and a human.
Ugh.
Has a knack for punching people. I have blonde hair.
Beautiful blonde hair.
Beautiful blonde hair. All right.
And purple nails.
Just like in real life.
Ooh, purple nails.
And aquamarine eyes.
Seafoam blue, actually.
Oh, whatever. They're like almost the same.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
the person who's going to rebuild our website, ladies and gentlemen.
So
Those
where we
don't
left
correlate.
off, the party was in the midst of the collapse of the gate to heaven, the wall that has separated the upper half of the world from the lower half of the world. So yeah, you can see if you're watching instead of just listening, we're pointing at it on the background maps. As that gate collapsed, which is what the Dark Elf wanted, apparently, everybody got a little surge of energy, and then those same people got turned into tentacle monsters, probably due to the Mind Flayer spawn that hopped out of everybody's heads and dove into the energy of the gate. In passing, it was mentioned, I believe, that the gate is connected to the souls of everybody up above. So when the Mind Flayers got into it, they had the ability to take over the those with less will than others, and began transforming the population into illithid pawns. Having witnessed the beginning of the end of the world, the party began to fight. Some of them valiantly charging deeper into the city, others backing towards the gate and the only safe way out of town. After a very lucky set of circumstances involving 3 critical successes, the party was mostly Deus Ex Machina saved due to the arrival of Brontus, a Goliath
Santa.
merchant, who has a wagon pulled by a bunch of saber cats. He's friends with Simon, or at least acquaintances with Simon, and ended up saving the rest of the party as he could identify their need and that they hadn't gone crazy. The party boarded the wagon, fled into the desert, but I did mention the 3 crit successes in addition to the wagon showing up. We're also going to have an item that 5-Gal finds, or we'll just say it finds him in the back of that cart. It is called a Crown of Nettles. So the Crown of Nettles is a druid item that normally only affects their wild shape form, but because 5-Gal is an inanimate bucket for the most part, I'm going to also give him that a little bit. So basically, while he's wild shaped, if he is struck by something, they have to make a DC 16 con save. If they fail the con save, they'll take 2d6 acid damage from the nettles. While he's a bucket, the handle of the bucket, because he gets a handle now, is going to be wrapped in nettles. If somebody grasps the nettles and he doesn't want them to grasp it, every 6 seconds he can trigger that same DC 16 con save. That's not to say they can't just grab him by the body of the bucket, but if they grab by the handle, he can sting them with nettles. So that is what you get. That's your magic item for your 3 crit successes. You guys leveled, as I mentioned, and you had just gotten to the point where you couldn't really see the burning city in the distance. You are now in the middle of the desert of Eorsha. It's the 4 of you, a dark elf, and Brontus, the Goliath wagon train merchant. What are you guys? What are you doing?
Did we
The
take
fuck
the
just
dark?
happened?
Did we take the dark elf with us?
Yeah, he hopped up on there with you.
Oh, okay. I don't remember.
We definitely left Ernest in the dust, though.
Does this mean we can open the case and get our gold now?
Oh yeah, what about this gold? So we pulled out the wall. The wall's down. You're welcome.
The dark elf shoots a look at you, staring daggers, and he looks at the party and he says, "After all of this, after watching a city fall, hundreds, maybe thousands die, all you can think about is your gold."
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
exactly.
We had a troublesome journey, so we
That
kind
was
of deserve
that was
it.
a lot of effort to get that wall to come down, and we came a long way. Some might say it's not very long. For a bucket, it's a real long way. So I think the least that could happen now is that we get our gold.
I'm concerned about this pokey thing on me now.
It's probably fine.
How's it look?
It looks beautiful.
It
It
matches
makes you
your
look festive
it matches
and stunning.
your weird appendages.
They're not weird.
They're very weird.
You look stunning, 5-Gal.
Thank you.
Okay, well, find somebody who can maybe help with stronger powers that I have to remove your blessing.
Blessing.
Yeah, because he was a horrible, disgusting human, and now he's blessed with being a bucket.
The dark elf nods along with you sagely. He pulls the chest out and he says, "Fine, take your gold, but be forewarned, it may be of no use here."
It's
The
probably fine. We
desert?
can trade it for other things.
We're not going to stay
Well-
at the desert forever.
Yeah, we could just take your gold too if you don't think it's useful.
He pulls out his pouch and sets it 1,000 gold available within there in the form of 10 platinum pieces. And he says, "Take it."
I'm gonna.
You're
I'm
a
gonna
bucket,
use
you
my
can't
cool
take it.
telekinetic thing, and pick up the little bag.
Okay.
No, I'm going to fight him on that. He doesn't. He has nothing to do with this. He gets no gold.
Excuse me, I helped.
Yeah, but you didn't have a contract. You helped of your own free will.
So did you. That's what
No, we made a
contract
deal with this
is-
guy. You had nothing to do with the deal.
The chest is sitting unopened still with your original rewards.
Well,
The 10
I'm gonna-
platinum is what that guy's personal money was.
Open the chest.
Yeah, open the chest.
He gave that to me. You guys had your giant chest of money.
So there's another 1,000 gold, also in platinum, within the chest.
You can have that one. Go get it from the chest, 5-gal.
I already am grabbing this one.
So am I.
Fine, we'll split it.
Okay.
Victor, we can split the chest.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
So everybody gets 5 platinum. Each platinum bar, or platinum piece, I should say, platinum piece is roughly the size of the palm of a human hand. It's pretty big. And they're fairly thick pieces too, maybe a 1/4 inch thick. These are within the northern country, very serious currency. Platinum is more than most common folk will make in the entirety of their family line combined. Like a platinum piece is an obscene amount of money. For
Okay.
each of you to have gotten 5 of them for this, you should feel elated. The Dark Elf seems to pay it no mind. He's just staring at the desert, his head just sort of sunken. He's just he seems very upset.
Do you need any help with any other adventures, Fred?
I don't know why you're so upset right now. We're alive.
We did a real good job.
Says yes, the wall is down, but this isn't
That's
how it was
what you
supposed to be.
wanted.
Those people were supposed to be freed.
Yeah, well, you
No.
murdered them because you wanted us to bring the wall down, and that's what we did.
They're freed from being alive.
Well, maybe. Some of them have like shit in their head.
Yeah.
The-
True.
You don't seem to be making him feel better. he
That's not
seems
the goal.
more upset by the minute.
Well, we did exactly what you wanted us to do.
Brontis looks back, and he looks at Simon, and says, "So, where'd you pick up this lot? I can't imagine that they made it through the tribes in Sacrally. They look like they'd have been sacrificed or eaten if they had been through there."
Yeah, they just are like hangers on, and I could shake them, but they're mostly okay. The bucket, I don't know. And for some reason, Yamad Shesh wants me to protect the purple hair lady.
We met at a tavern.
And I'm
It's
probably
like-
gonna be too hard to eat.
Not if you're a
Not for
squirrel.
beaver or a woodchuck.
He snaps the reins, and the tigers pick up speed. The sun has risen at this point, but it's low on the horizon. But you can see dunes and rocky outcroppings for miles. You're on what appears to be some sort of ancient road. The brick is disintegrated and torn. Sand is blown up in places. So from time to time, you're crossing just dunes. But the merchant seems to just keep going. And finally, he sort of looks back at the Dark Elf and gestures him closer, and they begin to discuss something quietly.
I like secrets. I like to whisper too. I try to include myself.
He looks back. He goes, "Well, I was asking our friend here if he knew where the fuck we were at. I've never been down here. I didn't even know this existed." And the Dark
Anyone
Elf
knew this existed.
mostly shrugs, and he points to the map that he had that you guys had retrieved. Unfurling it, he points and shows you the desert of Aorsha. He says that it used to be the heart of the world, is what it was called. It's apparently just a vast, huge continent of a desert that seems to go in every direction nowadays. But ages past, it was a heavily wooded forest that went all the way up and connected to Sacrally prior to the advent of the world spine, at least if he's to be believed. He mentions that the actual gate, the Heaven's Gate or the Gate of the World Spine or whatever else you want to call it, is formed from the actual energy of all the lives that existed on Aorsha. They were all sacrificed in one giant wave and condensed into the energy that made up that gate. And the people above the gate are what kept it powered from that point on. So he gives you that little bit of history, but he doesn't seem to have any real idea about what's here or the culture or anything. And he mentions that he's from the far west. He came through the mountains on the other side. His family is from Plantus, is what it's called, and that's where he was raised. So that's the little bit that you pick up there, Simon. The rest of you hear maybe mumblings, but he's trying to keep it low, and he's pretty distraught. Brontus just keeps following the road and says, well, where there's a road, eventually you'll find a town. Whether it's alive or dead, it'll have shelter. And I'm pretty sure this desert's going to get hot.
I like a ghost town. That sounds pretty cool. I wonder how long it's going to take to get all the way to the end of the road. Like, if this is a massive continent, it could just be we're stuck in the desert for days and days. Do we have any way, everyone, to make shelter or something? The sun's going to get real hot to travel during the day if we're in a desert.
Wow, you must be a desert expert.
Yeah, I know general terrain stuff everywhere I go.
What a handy skill.
Yeah. At least it's going to be daytime. We don't have to worry about Victor not being able to see. Am I right?
That's true.
Just a quick racist remark, just thrown in there. old Night Eyes over here. Everybody giggles.
I want to do like a nature check on like my arms and legs and the crown to see if it's like if they can be like grown naturally and what the hell the crown is.
Okay, roll me 2 nature checks. First for the arms and legs.
Ooh. And I get some bonus. That's good. So I got an 11 and an 18.
Okay, 11 was
Whoa.
the first roll or the second roll?
Actually,
You
Thir-
rolled them at the same.
13 and 20.
Okay. Which one is considered your first roll?
Probably the 13.
The 13 tells you that your legs and arms are magical wood connected to your very being. And maybe, like most things made of plant life that are connected to life itself, it could grow over time. But that's all it's pretty weak in your mind. You really don't know. With an 18, you know that the crown of nettles exudes nature magic, but its function beyond what you already know about it, with the stinging nettles and the fact that it'll do stuff while you're wild shaped, what we already discussed, but canonically you don't know exactly what that'll be like. You know it will do stuff.
Okay, I'm going to practice shooting out my thorns on my handle.
Your handle becomes covered in spiky nettles. It looks like no one would want to touch it.
No one would anyway. Am I getting anything from Yaman Shesh now that the wall is down?
Roll me religion.
Ooh, a nat 20. Come
Really?
on. Yeah, the first roll.
Okay, fine. Um, Yaman Shesh speaks into your mind with a deep, rumbling growl, and you feel, what would be the right word? You feel small in the presence of the voice, but you can feel that it is elated at the crumbling of the wall and enraged at the crumbling of the peoples. It requires people to spread and grow and consume, and for all the poison that you've spread, the Illithid are unaffected by it. They will not be. They can't spread that genetic horrible malady that you spray into the water supply everywhere, which upsets Yaman Shesh greatly. He is infuriated by it. His only command to you is still to protect the one with the purple hair, and bring her to her. Bring her around is what it. You basically get the sense that it wants you to convert her somehow.
Ugh,
Yeah.
horrible.
So that's what you're getting, but from emotions and pictures and feelings. It's all fairly clear, but additionally, he empowers you against the desert heat. So as a reward for your success, and mostly because of the nat 20, he is going to give you the ability to, we'll just say, cast a moving fog cloud that can
Yeah.
protect you and the party
Oh my God.
from the desert sun for the next 24 hours as you travel.
I cast it immediately.
Your god fades from your mind.
No, this isn't a
As the fog
problem.
cloud appears, Brontus looks back sort of wild-eyed and sees Simon and says like, you could have done that a little sooner. I mean, if you had that all along, I would have liked to know.
Yeah, I did have it. It's a recent development because of my great success in single-handedly pulling down the wall.
Oh, well, if that was you, I guess you saved our lives before those things appeared. Or
Yeah.
maybe that was just fortuitous timing.
That's what I do. That's my thing. Saving lives, helping people. It's my passion.
The fog has become very thick for everybody except for Brontus. Where he's at, it's just behind him mostly, really covering the back of this cart so that he can still see where he's going. But for the rest of you, it's super thick, and it's making seeing anything at all a real pain.
It's we're having as much trouble seeing as you do, Five Gal. Isn't that funny?
Sure.
I cast the fog. You can't see it. You don't know what's going on. I'll just keep you updated.
Oh, well, thanks. I guess.
Everybody roll me perception checks.
21.
15.
19.
17.
17. Okay, everybody who got a 20 or higher.
Just me.
Simon. You hear the sound of something hitting the sand next to the cart.
Like an ominous sound.
Like the sound of footfalls. If you had to guess, it sounded maybe like somebody had jumped out of the cart and hit the sand next to the cart.
Oh, is everybody still here?
Yeah.
Victor, Five Gal,
Yes.
Brontis?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, I don't really care about anybody else. Somebody might have jumped off. It could be the other dark elf.
I'm not a dark elf.
I mean, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
You seem pretty dark. Mean. Evil.
I'm not evil.
It's debatable. Did you just murder someone that was in our party in the middle of the street not too long ago?
No.
Yes, you did.
I hit him a couple times.
I beat him to death. That's not murder.
It was an accident. It was more like manslaughter.
Falls along the lines of experimenting,
Yeah.
trying to get to
He
a
It
didn't-
was
truth.
for research.
He didn't tell us his name, did he? The dark elf?
No.
No.
Oh.
You guys never asked.
Dark elf, are you still
Never
on this? Are you
cared.
still on this wagon, dark elf? He doesn't say anything. He's gone. He's gone. That's fine. That's fine. He's gonna take his chances in the desert, I guess.
Not our problem.
Fucking never even asked his goddamn name. Met him like 4 times.
Well, we did what he wanted us to do. We didn't need to know his name.
I just realized that I had the option to find familiars. So I can use a wild shape to call a familiar.
Oh, Jesus.
So it means I can have like a bird following us. And I can see.
Are you going to?
Yes.
Okay, you're using Find Familiar, which generally gets a creature from the local terrain.
I wish it was a snake.
Oh, and it's going to be a fey instead of a beast.
Fey. Okay. A Fey desert creature. You get a fabled Aortian scorpion wasp.
Nice.
They've got they're built very similar to a normal wasp, but maybe about 4 times the size, with their main body about the thickness of like a beer bottle. And then they've got a big old scorpion stinger and 2 sets of wings on their back and 8 legs along with little scorpion claws.
Gross.
Their vision is heavily infrared, but can't see very far. They can see maybe they can see details maybe 10 to 20 feet away, but other than that, they just work off of heat sources.
Ah.
So they look for cool spots in the summer or in the day heat and warm spots in the cold of the night. That's how they identify prey and things.
Victor, is there anything you can make the DM come up with on the fly?
I don't think so.
Oh, good.
Oh, well, actually. No, I'm just kidding.
I think I got that like 4 levels ago.
That sounds right.
That sounds about right. Your wasp thing is flying. It's able to easily track the carriage as it's a giant cool spot in the desert due to the fog cloud. Brontis keeps going, and you guys sit, and you can be, talking, you can be reading, you can be resting. I don't care what you're doing, but you're
So, Simon, when did you first start pooping in water?
That's
Does it
not
just like make it better?
nobody. That's not a thing anybody does.
That's what you do.
I'm not sure why you're saying that. Have you
'Cause
seen that
poison the
happen?
water. You never told us about poisoning the water.
You've been
I've
watching me while I
pooped in
poop.
Water before.
You said you had to go poison the water.
We've all said a lot of things, lady. And what was your name again?
What do you want it to be?
Gretchen.
Well, I guess that's what you can call me.
Anyway, that's not. Nobody poops in water, weirdo.
I've pooped in water. You haven't just been out swimming like a bunch, and
A bucket swimming.
I used to be human, okay?
Yeah, how are we gonna resolve that?
So do only
I-
humans poop in water?
Oh, canonically, I'm adding a new detail to your curse. It is going to be canon that people don't believe you when you say you used to be human. They will go well out of their way to believe that you became a sentient bucket rather than you're a person who got turned into a bucket.
Okay.
It's just I like it too much.
That doesn't count for us, right?
I don't believe he was a
you guys
human.
have seen him be human when he was knocked out, so you know that. But for other people, no, they're gonna be like that. They're gonna be like, yeah, no, you're a bucket. Shut up.
If you're a human so much, then why don't you just turn into one right now?
If I could, I would.
Oh,
We've had
that
this
sounds
whole
like you're very
discussion
human.
about me being human.
Yeah, sounds like
I'm
a
just
made-up-
saying it's not that weird to poop in water.
What are you doing over there, Victor? Just tinkering?
Victor's just been contemplating it all of the nonsense that just happened in the last day.
Oh, I already forgot about that shit.
I think Victor's memory's a little bit longer than yours.
Like a true narcissist. What matters is what's happening to me.
Yeah.
So did we just destroy a country?
Probably.
No, it's gonna be okay.
They'll figure it out.
They'll walk it off probably.
You hear
Rub some dirt in
Brontus under his breath go, yeah, you probably destroyed a country.
Technically,
Well.
the black elf is really the one responsible.
He's a dark elf?
Oh, that's right.
God. Jay.
I was being Victor.
Victor's as racist as Simon.
I don't know what the appropriate terminology
Yeah,
is.
he's a freaking redneck from the north.
Well, if you're from the north, just think back on your history lesson.
From the north up there, not the north of the United States.
Oh, okay.
Does anybody see any snakes around?
Do you eat
Roll
snakes?
me perception for snakes. Anybody who's looking.
I'll
You can
look.
use your wasp thing if you'd like.
Damn it, I got
17.
7.
Would that count as a nature check?
No, it counts as a perception check.
Damn it. Wow. Okay, that's a 21.
Oh,
Okay, you do see a snake slithering through the sand nearby. It's sort of going sideways. It looks like it, instead of slithering in a straight line, sort of crawls with its head facing forward and the rest of its body to the side as it moves up, winds its way sideways across the sand. You do spot it. It's just off to it's ahead of you, but off to the left.
Yep, there's a snake.
do you want to talk to it? Can't you talk to animals?
Why? Why?
Maybe it could tell us where the fuck we are.
Do you really think a snake knows where it's at?
I think a snake knows where it's at because it's from here, as opposed to the guy who jumped off of the wagon.
Okay. Whatever.
If you guys just had a tabaxi, there's so many good. Because a cat's the only cat who knows where it's at. Jokes to be
Oh
made.
my god.
It's fine.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to talk to a snake?
Yeah, you should. I can convince it that we mean it no harm if need be, but I can't talk to it really.
Okay.
Are you telling Brontus to slow
Yeah.
down?
I guess we're supposed to talk to a snake.
And Brontus goes, "Oh, sure, Wanty, yeah, weird shit. Okay." He lets out a ha, and You see the saber cat sort of turn and snaps the rope. He says, "Stop! Stop, you beasts!" And they sort of stop for a second and lay down. They're all panting. He pulls out a large bucket full of what looks like it's probably was a giant block of ice that has turned to water, and he sets it down for them to drink. But you can see the Sidewinder crawling only maybe 15 feet away.
Go get him.
Hey, Snake.
You're going to have to get closer to him, Mr. Bucket.
Just roll over there.
I'm gonna just wiggle my way across the end of the wagon and then see if I could just dive head first into the sand.
Yeah, you get to the end of the wagon pretty easily on your little nubs, but you get immediately embedded in the sand. Your legs are like, they're fucking sticks. Like, you can't stand on them in the sand. There's not enough surface area.
I'll jump down and kick him over toward the snake.
Oh my god.
Nobody's gonna
snake
pick you up. You have
hisses in
nettles.
surprise and begins to flee. What do you say to it?
Oh, hey, buddy. You want to talk to the big snake person?
The snake stops and its head darts around, its tongue flicking out, using what snakes have, the Jacobson's organ, to taste the air and smell. It sort of looks, and it's the voice is in its head.
Mhm.
So it doesn't know where it's coming from. There's an inanimate bucket next to it, and it takes a minute and flees underneath the bucket, out from the sun, and it lets out in snake. So it's like, to the rest of you, you just hear like, and to you, Five Gal, you hear like, where is this snake person?
Oh, yeah, you're welcome to hide under me. Yeah, he's on the wagon. The big
What's a wagon?
walking, moving tree thing.
Ah, yes. The giant shadow cart things.
Sure.
And it slithers over to the cart, staying wide away from the saber cats, and slithers up the wheel and onto the back of the cart. And
I think
its
Simon's
head
gonna
peeks
eat
over and looks at everybody in the cart. And it
Was it-
says, I see no snakes.
What was it saying?
He said he doesn't see a snake. I
I
told
mean-
him that
Is he blind?
I don't think so.
I mean, I'm more humanoid than snake, so maybe that's where the confusion is. I'm not actually like a slithering snake.
Am I still tipped over on the?
Yeah, you're
Sand.
sideways, half buried in the sand.
Okay.
I'll get down and pick him up.
by the
Just
handle?
like sitting there
His
trying
little
to.
legs and arms are like flailing.
What did you
and
want to
this-
say?
I want to know where we are and why it's just a giant desert and how do we get to a town? Like, how far is a town from here? That you could just ask that one. Just forget the other parts.
Snake, do you know what a town is?
Towns
Where people are.
Peoples, yes, I know those. They congregate in the south.
Oh, okay. How far south?
And the snake tilts its head in an oddly human motion and thinks and goes, I am told it's 50 moons from here.
50?
Yes.
And
By
is that by like how long it would take you to get there?
No, I am the fastest snake in the desert. it would take me but 48 days or
Oh.
moons.
That's pretty fast.
Yes.
It's faster than I could probably do it.
What does it say? Could you hurry up? What's taking so long?
He said it's 48 days to the nearest town.
That can't be right. Like, we go faster than a snake unless these saber cats die.
Well, yeah, he said he can make it in 48 days.
Okay, I don't know how
Were you
helps.
wanting to follow him?
No, not really. Did he say where? It's just where it is?
South?
Okay.
South.
And the snake reiterates. It says, it's on the great warm paths. The paths that stay warm after dark. That's the way there.
The road?
Sure.
Okay. So we could just kept following the road.
Oh, why did you want to talk to the snake then? You're wasting everyone's time. Let's get back in the wagon.
I hope Val's starting to realize that Simon's a dick.
Did Victor come pick me up?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab some sand too.
You put it in the bucket?
No, well, that's probably rude. So I'm gonna put like a couple handfuls of sand in my pouch.
Okay. You get some handfuls of sand. It's really holding it in your hand. You see that it's weird, actually. It's not like sand you're familiar with on beaches where it's been pulverized over and over again. It's white. It's a bright white, and it's kind of sharp. There are fine grains, but there's a number of chunks that are maybe button-sized of just this bleached white material that has been broken into little tiny pieces of sand.
I'm looking for more like more of the sharp powdery sand.
There is some of that if you like pry between the bricks on the road where it was able to sink down. You can sort of take a knife and dig it out, and that's the sharpest, finest sand.
Well, it doesn't need to be like super fine, but I don't want like bigger chunks is all.
Yeah. Rather than gravel, you want real sand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You get some.
Okay. I got an idea.
Alright.
You said that like when I wild shape, like stuff that's inside me is still inside me.
Yeah.
So that means I'm constantly gonna have tiny grains of sand inside me until I can clear all of it out.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's why I hoped he put more sand in you.
That's why I said it was rude.
So, you guys, Brontis grabs the saber cats and gets them all lined back up, and you guys take off back down the road. However, your Sidewinder friend has curled up next to where Simon was sitting and is in the process of molting,
Oh.
it appears.
That's gross. Sorry about that, Bratas. I don't know why we made that pit stop. It's a bucket thing, I guess.
Well, I mean, I've never taken orders from a bucket before, but yeah, at the end of the world, I guess that's a reasonable time to take new chances.
Victor also, I guess, wanted to play in the sand for some reason, so that gave us a chance for that. Guess we just keep following the road.
As day turns to night, temperatures drop precipitously. It goes from what was outside of the fog cloud over 100 degrees down to less than 20 degrees. The fog is crystallizing into little tiny fragments of ice, and as the moon rises, it creates little halos of light sparkling through it. It's very pretty, but it's also super cold. What are
Don't
each of you
blankets back
doing
here?
to stay warm?
Are there any blankets back here?
Brontis says there's one blanket.
I take the blanket.
Okay. It's pretty gross. It looks like it is the blanket he usually lays down for the saber cats
Oh,
to
well.
lay on. Smells like saber cat piss, heavily of
Oh, well.
ammonia, but it is warmer than nothing for sure.
Do we have anything we could set on fire? I could produce a flame.
I could summon lava elementals.
That-
Burn the
That's a little too warm.
wagon down.
It's a little too warm, probably. We could set your bird on fire.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh. That's
Yeah, he's
unfortunate.
only there in not very long. I think.
We could set a bucket on fire.
We're not setting 5 Gal on fire.
Does fire hurt you, or
He's made of wood. What do you think?
Yes.
he's a magic
Yes.
bucket?
He's not a magic bucket.
I don't know the rules. Yeah, magic. You said
I mean,
it.
technically, I'd use magic and I'm a bucket, so
Okay, but you're still a human, like deep down, inside your bucket form.
thank you.
That's not true.
It
Um,
means a lot.
Well, I'm just gonna produce a flame and hope that it warms any amount.
Roll me Arcana for flame control.
22.
fuck.
I get a
You
plus
can
5.
keep yourself and Victor warm with your flame. 5 Gal, you are you're not physically affected. Like, you're not in any way being hurt by the cold. You can't get frostbite. You can't die of exposure. But you are very uncomfortable from it. Like, it's just as bad as if you were able to die from it. It's just it doesn't actually hurt you in any way. It's so uncomfortable. It feels like your wood is splintering, and any moisture in it is freezing and swelling, and the whole bucket just it's very bad.
5
I
Gal, are
have
you
a-
okay?
I have a bad idea. So do I have like a metal band around me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna
Oh fuck.
roll Arcana to see if I do this. I'm gonna see if heat metal, if I'll be able to control it to just warm me up.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a good old 7.
That
You're
sounds
pretty
about
sure
right.
you could do it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do it.
Roll me another Arcana for control of heat metal.
Oh, that was a 16.
That's not bad. You'll only take
300 damage.
7 damage. As soon as you heat it, it glows red hot, and you begin to steam and sputter smoke off of you from all the ice and the sudden expansion of the wood everywhere and the contraction of the ice and all this stuff interacting. It deals damage to you. It's not good. Little splinters pop off. However, while you're doing that, the snake wraps around the base of the bucket to get close to the warmth. You now have the sidewinder wrapped around you, trying to get warm, and you are warmed by it. Brontis, for his part, is wearing a very thick, it looks like saber cat wool jacket that he's got pulled around him, but his beard and everything is just frosted with ice. And he just keeps going. You guys all rest for the night, or are you going to do watches?
I would do a watch.
Who's on first watch?
I can.
Not it.
Do I need to sleep?
You don't need to physically, but you need to mentally.
Okay. I'm just gonna relax with my nice snake blanket.
First watch, nothing happens. Who's on second watch?
I can do second watch.
Roll me perception.
Bum, bum, bum.
Ooh. Is my
We
perception.
can't afford that sound bite. We need one more patron.
Non-natural 20.
Not natural 20. You see in the moonlight ahead as you sort of pierce the clouds. You know on watch that you're better off sitting up front with Brontis so that you can see outside the fog. It's cold, but you can do it for at least short periods of time before you go back and get close to the bucket while Simon's asleep. While you look out, you can see two shapes on the dunes, humanoid figures staring. Their eyes, when they catch the light, seem to glow a bright yellow before they disappear back behind the dunes. But you can hear the yips of jackals and things like that.
Okay. And also during this time, I want to. Victor's gonna spend most of his time thinking about how he can make sand bullets, so that when he shoots certain bullets, it blasts them in the eyes with sand, blinding them.
You can think on it. We'll start working towards you getting something like that, I guess.
Because I can do that type of stuff now. I can make special types of ammunition.
Do you do anything when you see the figures, or do you just keep an eye?
I just keep an eye on them.
Okay.
I probably tell Brontis.
And
So
he
knows as well.
he sort of snaps out of it. He seemed to have been a little like half asleep, just holding the reins. And he opens his eyes and says, "What? What?"
Well, it's just some weird humanoid type shapes out with yellow eyes. Just don't
Yeah,
wanna
yellow
get
eyes.
jumped by a group of something.
Mm. The saber cats seem irritated. You can see them sort of eyes darting around. Their hackles are up. Their back hair is all standing on end, and they start to slow down. Brontis is concerned. He goes, "That means there's a predator around here. They don't do that unless something's got them worried."
Is everyone else still asleep?
Yes.
Okay.
You think I should wake anyone else up? Or what are we doing here?
He puts his finger to his mouth, and shushes you, and points down the road. Roll me perception.
7.
You see nothing but darkness,
That makes sense.
and he reaches back behind himself and begins to pad next to his seat and pulls out a large morning star. But his eyes never leave the road in front of you. And at that moment, I need you to make me a dex saving throw.
Okay. That's not very good. Oh shit! Thank God it's a plus 12. 15. Or plus
15?
8. Sorry. Yep.
Okay. You get tackled off of the cart by a sort of werebeast. You recognize it as some sort of hybrid jackal werebeast. And it lets out a howl, and you see lights And by lights, I mean yellow eyes appearing out of the darkness all over. Everybody else wake up and roll initiative with disadvantage.
No.
Ooh, that's real good.
Am I also rolling initiative with disadvantage?
Yeah.
4.
Come on.
12.
15.
13.
Okay. I got 4, 12, 15, and 13, but I didn't hear whose was whose.
15, Simon.
Simon is 15.
4 is me.
I
Yeah.
got 12.
5 Gal, 4, 12 for Juniper, which means 13 was Victor.
Mhm.
Okay, and they got 10, 12, 17, and 15. All at once, you see Brontis pull the release chain, and the 4 saber cats go running into the desert. Each of them apparently, or each pair of them hunting one of these things. And he goes charging down the road behind 2 of them with his morning star raised. The big one that was down the road and him pretty quickly end up in combat. But who is going first? Going first is going to be Jackalware number 3, who is attacking Victor. So, Jackalware number 3 is going to attack you with his... What's he get here? He gets... I'm surprised. Okay, whatever. He gets 1 attack. Lower than I thought. And that is a 16 to hit. Does that hit?
Misses.
And then I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
15.
You pass. The Jackalware stared into your eyes, but you can't tell what it was trying to do other than you feel it pressing into your consciousness. You quickly push back, and it doesn't seem to have any effect. Next up is Jackalware number 4, which is attacking Juniper.
No.
Yes.
Nick got a 20 to hit.
That definitely hits.
All right. And that is... Where are my D6s at? Can't find any of them. Oh, well. That is only 9 damage as it slashes across you with its claws. It then stares at you. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw as well.
Is it frightening?
No. Although it is sleep, so I think you're immune to that, aren't you?
Well, if it frightens me, then I'm immune to it.
Yeah, you get that because of the type of monk you are, but you're half elf. I think you're immune to magical.
Oh, I'm
charm
immune to
and
magical
slumber.
sleep.
Yeah. So you're immune. Don't worry about it.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
What about buckets?
Next is Simon.
You don't
It's
have
your turn.
eyes.
There are 2 on Juniper, 1 on Victor, and there's another one that's headed towards Victor. None of them seem to be interested in the bucket, and Victor was the easiest target on the ground. Juniper's just the one that they were closest to otherwise.
I gotta hit the 2 that are messing with Juniper, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit them with Eldritch Blast, so each one with one of the beams.
Okay.
22 and a dirty 20.
22 and a dirty 20. Those both hit.
What is my charisma now? 5. A 15 damage and a 12 damage.
15 damage and 12 damage. They both are grievously injured. They are not doing good at all. So the 15, the 12, pretty solid. They don't seem to have a whole lot of health. It looks like. So 15 and 12. Okay. Was there anything else you were doing on your turn?
I'm good.
Okay. Victor.
I'm gonna do a little bit of shooting as I am one to do.
Okay.
Gonna shoot the one closest to me. It is a 28 to hit.
Okay, that'll hit.
Disadvantage, by the way. 28 to hit with disadvantage, by the way. There's not bragging. Max damage, so 16.
So I need you to answer me a question.
Yep.
What type of damage does your gun deal?
Not sure.
Is it
Projectile.
piercing, bludgeoning?
Bet it'd be piercing, right? It'd be whatever arrows are.
Do you know if it's magical damage?
It's not. I'm not using magical bullets.
Okay. The bullet hits and pierces, and it takes a huge chunk out of the jackal that immediately regenerates.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. I got another turn. Well, that didn't do shit. Pocket sand. Throw sand in his eyes.
Okay, roll me. Roll me improvised weapon. Use your dexterity, your proficiency.
22.
22. You blind it. It will have disadvantage for a turn as long as you yell out pocket sand.
Yeah, I definitely did.
I want to hear it in Victor's voice. Come on.
Okay, Victor's voice, Jesus. Oh shit, pocket sand.
It doesn't know what to do. Flings at its eyes. So it wasn't expecting that. After it regenerated, it thought you were going to be easy prey. The next one is the other one that's attacking Juniper. Nat 20.
Oh,
Fuck.
Now there's two of them there. They have pack tactics.
No
So-
shit.
Let's see here. Nat 20 with the scimitar. So that is only going to be 12 damage. And that's all it does. Does 12 damage. And it seems like it's happy with that.
Oh, okay.
Juniper, it's your turn. There are two next to you, both of which have been hit by Simon.
Well, I'm gonna attack the one that just attacked me.
Okay.
$19 to hit.
Okay.
For 6 damage. And I'm going to attack that one again. Fuck. 9 to hit.
9 to hit. 9's not gonna hit.
Okay.
The first one did, and you did 6.
Yeah.
You impacted it hard, and you have key empowered strikes. That's the thing. So monks at level 6 their hands become effectively magic. But it feels like it still is resistant to damage. So while you hit it for 6,
Okay, but my
doesn't feel
attacks
like it's
ignore
doing that.
magical resistance.
yeah, which is why it's still going to do something.
Okay, I am going to... I'm going to spend a key point and force it to make a con save on
Okay.
my attack.
Rolled that's an 8.
No.
Yeah, I figured it didn't pass.
16 plus 7 to hit. For 7 damage.
Okay. That one you kill.
Okay.
You punch through it, and while it is it's trying not to get killed by just the hand-to-hand blows, it can't help it. Like, it was already down pretty low from the Eldritch Blast, and then you just ripped its heart out and crushed it in your hand.
Good.
It drops dead. The other one takes a step back, having lost its pack tactics, and also realizing that you have the ability to kill them with your bare hands, which is not something that they've seen in a while. Is that it for your turn?
Do I still have another attack?
No, not if you used the save rather than the other thing for your bonus action.
Oh, okay. Then no. That's it.
Okay. It's the last Jackalware's turn. This one also dives on Victor. This one does not have sand in its eyes.
Yet.
Yet. It rolls a 26
Damn.
Yeah.
and happens to roll max damage. So that's 12 damage.
Okay.
And it looks over at Simon and makes eye contact. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Simon.
16.
16. That passes. And that's it for its turn. 5 Gal. You're sitting there in the back of the cart. What are you doing?
I know what they're trying to do.
I would like to cast a spell.
Oh, okay.
Compelled Duel on
Yes.
the one that just attacked Victor.
What the fuck is this?
It's a paladin one, but I can pick any one or first level enchantment. So, one creature that can must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is drawn to me, compelled by my divine demand. For the duration, has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than me, and must make a wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move to a space that is more than 30 feet away from me.
What's it have to beat?
Hold on. I gotta get to my guy. That is 15.
Yeah, it failed. It got a 9.
Nice. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to turn to bees.
Bees.
And
Okay.
then move towards him.
And don't forget about your other 2 wild shapes that you got. The phase spiders and the Compsognathus.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the spiders.
So, you move over there. It immediately looks back, and much to the surprise of the other Jackalwares, you hear it. You can't understand it, but the symbols are the motions. It's clearly challenging the swarm of bees to a one-on-one fight for whatever reason. It's bizarre to everyone who's around, including the Jackalwares. Going back to the top of the order, Jackalware number 3 is going to attack Victor again, but this one is blinded. So that's going to cancel out his pack tactics. Still gets a 20.
Yeah, that hits.
And rolls for 9 damage.
Okay.
Slashes you. Number 4 is going to attack Juniper. Rolls a 21.
God damn,
They're on
dude.
fire all of a sudden. Luckily, they don't deal that much damage. 12 damage. Slashes at you with the scimitar.
Yeah, luckily.
Mm, no, it's not going to. Simon, it's your turn.
I'm gonna hit Juniper too. Just kidding. I'll hit the one that. Well, it seems like Victor needs help though. How many are on Victor?
Victor
2?
does need help.
There's only one on Victor now. There's one on Victor. There's one that is clearly like yelling out a challenge to the bees, and then there's one that's fighting Juniper.
Well, I'll
All
try
I'm
to
gonna
hit.
say is you will be doing this creature a favor if you kill it before Victor gets its hands on it, because shit's about to get dark.
I'm gonna try to hit each of the ones hitting Juniper and Victor if I can
Okay,
with my Eldritch Blast.
roll them.
That's a 22 to hit.
Okay,
That's a 17 to hit.
those will both hit.
Oop, that rolled off the table. A 12 damage and a 10 damage.
12 damage and 10 damage. The one on Juniper dies. So that gets rid of that one. And so yeah, Juniper no longer has any around her. And now we've got the one that is blinded. We'll say you hit that one. And it's not in great shape either now. Victor, it's your turn.
Hi, buddy.
Since my gun doesn't actually really seem to do real damage, I am going to use my lasso.
Okay.
Oh god, you have a
And-
lasso?
Yeah, I want to lasso him with my main action, which is he's got to do a dexterity saving throw of 16, I believe.
Okay.
Whose dog is that?
That's
Nine.
24.
So he passes.
Yes.
Fuck.
Dexterity is almost the only thing these guys are good at.
Well, he got really lucky then. So I was about to do some dark shit.
it leaps out of the way and snarls back at you.
Was that the one that was blinded?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I'll make him roll it with disadvantage. Why not?
yeah, for sure.
That's worse. That's only a 14.
So he fails,
Yep.
Hey, buddy.
and so I'm gonna use my
Oh, I know.
extra action
Bed.
to start pulling him, so strangling him. So whatever we want to do for damage to that, but I'm gonna bring him over to the saber cats. I'm gonna drag him to the saber cats.
Okay. You're not able to do any damage to him. Anything you're doing is healing, but you are able to drag him along.
Okay.
Healing doesn't mean he can break out of anything. It just means he's not losing health.
Yeah.
2 of the saber cats bound up pretty quickly. They seem to have eaten 1 or 2 of the other werejackals that are out there. What are you doing with him?
Just trying to feed him to the cats.
How are you feeding him to the saber cats?
Do they seem interested?
They're sniffing at him.
Did they swipe right?
I was just gonna try to make him a little bloody with my knife so that they smell his blood and start tasting him until they start chewing on it.
They quickly,
Oh, no.
one of them bites his head off, and he's struggling and fighting. And then as the head gets ripped off, you see the body start to regenerate. And the other one is biting the back half of him off as it regenerates out of the mouth over and over again. Finally, it barfs up like 4 of them that have been regenerated in their stomachs. And they look like they're in bad shape, but they're back at full health. And then it barfs up another one. The bodies keep regenerating because it's not magical attacks. However, it is really bad. they are quickly fleeing. As they get out, they're just running into the desert. The saber cats seem to be sick to their stomach from all this having happened in their stomachs. And the body that you have left over is dead. It appears that it regenerates from the brain. So, that one is dead. Juniper, there is one more that is over maybe 15 feet away that
I'm gonna
is
attack it.
getting ready to fight some bees.
I'm gonna attack it.
Okay.
$26 to hit.
26 will hit.
For 9 damage.
Okay.
Then I'm going to attack it again. 16 to hit
16 will hit.
for 10 damage, max damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack it again.
Okay.
Uh, 15 to hit
Okay.
for 8 damage.
So you jump over the cart, past the swarm of bees, and just flying knee this jackalware in the face. Its head snaps back, and it ignores you entirely as it continues to make its way towards the bees. Having been ignored, you run up behind it and you kick its knee joint in backwards.
Ew.
So it snaps forwards. And then as it starts to collapse on that side, you just spinning back elbow it right in the throat. And it drops. Your key assisted strikes cutting through all of its immunities without much of a problem. It may take silver to slay these beasts normally, but not if you've got enough magic in your hands, apparently. So the jackalwares seem to be done. And Brontus comes limping back. He doesn't seem to be in quite as good a shape as all y'all. But he's alive. And he mentions something about he's never caved something's head in so many times in a row. He hops back up on the wagon. The saber lions or saber tooth tigers get hooked up. And he gestures for all of you to get back on the cart. But he's definitely breathing heavy. You can see blood is dripping down his sides. He's not in super great shape.
If I've got, did you say that you're very good at healing? Do you want to help out Bratas here, who saved us recently, or?
Oh, yeah. Well, hold on. I got changed back into a bucket. Yeah. I can use healing word.
Okay.
Tell him he's a good little driver. Good driver.
Good Goliath.
How much does that heal for?
It'll be. I will do a pretty good one for him. What's my modifier? Oh, that'd just be my wisdom, right? Normal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it will be 3rd level. So he gets 3d4 plus 4.
3d4 plus 4. Okay. He seems healed mostly to full, but definitely he's shook by the experience. Probably caving something's head in with a morning star and watching it regenerate, and then just caving its head in again and watching it regenerate, and then just doing that over and over again was it at a minimum it was very uncomfortable for him, if not downright like scarring.
The bug seems
he
fine.
starts the cart back up, and you guys continue down the road. You can hear the sounds of jackals in the distance fleeing, and the tigers no longer seem scared or worried. They know that they're at the top of this food chain.
Is the Sidewinder still in the wagon?
Yeah, the Sidewinder is in the middle of eating its previously molted skin.
Oh,
Ew.
I'd like to cast. Was it? Is it Goodberry or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'd like to feed one to the snake, and then use my little mage hand thing to hand people a Goodberry.
Okay,
What's that do?
you all get a good berry.
I take it with
It's
my
nourishment
mage
for a
hand.
day.
Nice. I take it with my mage hand.
Mine's invisible, so
Well, mine's spectral and floating.
no.
You guys watch floating good berries come to you, and then a spectral hand grasps one of them.
Yeah, home of the good berries.
As the cart continues to go, you see the sun coming back up, and finally, the walls of a great city are visible in the distance. They're scarred and pitted, but you can see a lot of troops on the walls and people going in and out of the gates. It's a big city. This appears to be a place that you can rest. And that is where we will end episode 20 of the Drunken Arcanauts Dycairn campaign. We hope you guys enjoyed it, and join us next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.